Hello everyone, thank you for watching this video. In this video I'm going to show you or guide you through an AI powered Vedic research website. So let's get started with that. First thing you have to do is go to the website, which is research.manishaastro.in. Once you open the website, this is how the website looks. As you can see, there are various kinds of charts of various people. If you click on any of these links, you can see the North Indian Style Vedic Kundali, the photograph of the individual, their name, Lagna, moon sign, birth date, and here you have every particular sign, their degree, and the nakshatra which they belong to. When you hover over each of these grahas, you can see them highlighted on the Kundali. On the left side, if you see, you have several birth chart enhancement features. One of them is Bhrigu Chakra Paddhati activation. So using this, you can select an year and you can easily see on that particular year or the date which house was activated for the particular Kundali, and you can also set that particular house as the Lagna for that year for yearly prediction. Then you can go back and reset it. Apart from that, there is another feature which overlays the chart on the current transit chart. You can also see here the transit information or the transit table. Now you can see both the charts in the same Kundali. For now, let me remove the filter so you will have a better view of how this chart looks. So if you again go back, you can come to the normal chart, which is the natal Kundali. When again you click on this, you go to the natal and the transit, both in the same screen. Coming back, you can then do reset and you go to the normal chart. You can click on bhava if there is any planet, which is this bhava calculation is equal houses calculation. So if any planet is going to move to a different house, for example in this particular scenario you can look at Venus and also Mercury. Both of them are switching from 9th to 10th or 8th to 9th house respectively. Finally, we have Arudha Lagna. So once you click on that, you will have all the Arudha Lagnas populated in the Kundali, also displayed in the chart here in the table there. So that's about the chart enhancement. If you go down, you have the birth details of the individual. When you click on this link, a new tab opens on Wikipedia, which shows you the chart of the specific person with all the additional information if you want to learn more and do research. If not, I have curated a methodology below here where you can see in short every characteristic of the person. Let's start with go through each of them one by one. About, as you can see, about will have a short summary of the person, then all the major achievements of the person. You can also see some life events, original bio or life events. You have the timeline, which helps you test your astrological rules against different times of the person's life, major traits of the person, then the family of the person, which includes parents, children, sibling, spouse if available. If you scroll further down, we can also expand into D9 and D10 chart of the individual and the Vimshottari Dasha here, which goes up to 3 levels. Excuse me. Yeah, so it goes up to 3 levels. Let me go back now, and just like that you can browse through a number of kundalis. Now let's go to all of the filters one by one. So if you look at this one here, you have ascendant, which is a filter where you can filter out all the charts belonging to specific nakshatra. Let's say if I select Ashwini, then I'll have all the charts whose rising sign ascendant is falling in Ashwini nakshatra. You can open any one of them and you'll always find Ashwini as the nakshatra. Then you can also select their Navansha Pada. So when let's say I select Taurus, that means second Navansha, or the nakshatra is in between 3.2 degree to 6.4 degrees. As you can see here, it's 3.47. So you can also select individual padas of that nakshatra using the Navansha sign easily. let me reset this first. Second filter which we have added is Stambhi Grah. Stambhi means stationary, so when you select on that, it filters out all these Stambhi graha in the particular database. You can also see the status of the graha here. So in this particular chart we have Mars Stambhi, and also we have your Venus as Pitrikaraka and also retro and combust. Similarly, we have Saturn combust, Rahu and Jupiter as usual retro. You can do this with every other graha here. Let's go down. We have planets Lagna match. What this filter does, it gives you the angle of, if the angle of the specific planet which you select is closest to the Lagna itself. So if I open this chart, you will see that moon is in Lagna and the degree of moon is less than 5 degrees from the ascendant itself. You can keep on reducing it to 3, 2, 1, and based on that, if there are any charts in the database, you will see this particular chart. For example, in this chart we have 10 degree 20 minutes for ascendant, and we have moon here at 12.12. So yeah, that's how this filter works. Let's reset it again. And suppose you want to also check a specific years or age range, or specific, maybe there are some transit which had happened between 1980 June 1st till let's say 1980, okay, 1980, let's go back in time, yeah, 1985 January 1st. So now I can filter out all the people who are born between this date. So 1983, 1982, you can see all the dates, all the people are born between, if they're born within this range, they will be, you can see them here easily. Let's reset it again. There's also a chart, there's also a filter which helps you select empty houses. So if you want us to do some kind of research, you want to see, for example, let's say here it's Aries Lagna. So you see there are 2 planets in Aries sign in the Lagna, but what if you want to see only those charts in which Aries is empty? So you can click on this E. E stands for empty, O stands for occupied. Now every chart which you see in the filter are empty, so there are not all those charts will not have any planet in Aries sign. You can filter out all these filters together, so you can use them one upon the other and they work beautifully. If I go to the second set of filters here, I will go to this filter at the end. Let's go to the traditional technical filters first before we go into semantic filters. So planetary filters, this is simple. You can select specific kind of Lagna and you can see all the charts matching to that Lagna here. And there is also same thing with the moon sign, and then you can select planets in D1. Based on that, you can have filter that you, for example, you want to have all the charts where Aries, Sun is in Aries, so basically exalted Sun. There's no match right now because we are not logged in, which we'll see later. Let's see if we have some Aries in Gemini. So yeah, Sun in Gemini. So there are so many charts where we have Sun in Gemini. So you can see the filters working like this. Let me remove it. Yes, so this is all about the filter. Now we'll go to the next set, which is logging in. How do we log into this website? It's very easy. All you have to do is register. If you register with username and email ID, you will receive a random password. You can use it to log in. If not, you can just click on login with your email ID, and that's all. You click on the email ID and you're logged in. As easy as that. Now once you're logged in, you can see more number of charts. Yes, that happened because of this button. What this button does is, you can, as I showed you, there are Wikipedia profiles, but not every chart has Wikipedia profile. So with Wikipedia I can see almost 7,000 charts, and if I click on this and you want to see only Wikipedia charts, then I can see a big number of charts, which is 5,169 after logging in. That's not it. It's going to increase much further once you have other plans. Next, suppose there is a specific filter which I want to do. For example, let's say I'm clicking on Saturn, and now I have 353 matches. Okay, and then I want to say, okay, Stambhi Saturn, let's say which of them are Aries Lagna. I have 17 matches. I can save this profile, save this view. So I can say Saturn Aries. So I can save this for later, and I can always go to my views and open my saved view here. Whenever I click on that, the filters get automatically applied. If I go back to view, there is also a demo example. When I click on that, it will open a view which is a lot more complicated, but yes, so that's how the views are. This view I'll explain it to you later in the video. You can also export the chart. So once you have specific view and you have extracted all the charts, you can just click on this Excel sheet, click on all the document, all the things what you need on the Excel sheet extract, and then just click on download. Once you click on download, you have your Excel sheet exported here, which you can open later. It's getting open. Yes, so this is how the chart will open. You'll have the name, birth details, biography, achievement, traits, life events, everything here. There's also something called as research notes. Before I show that, I'll also show even the kundalis will get downloaded like this in the backend, from the backend. Now about these research notes, you can always go back here. The way I showed you that you could save these things in the view, you can also create your personal folders. When you click on this bookmark icon here, these are already existing folders from the which are previously created. So I can select a specific chart, let's say Barbara Cartland here. So if I open this chart, there is some details of the lady and I think it is important for me, so I'll save it. Let's save it in demo. It's saved. You can, if you want, you can create a new folder here and then you can save into that also. Then when you go to folders, you can see all your saved charts here. You can click on any one of them. You will see all the charts. For example, this is the chart for Lagna Nakshatra, the one we saved just now, Barbara. It's here. When you click on that, you can see all the details about the person. Now suppose I want to do some kind of research on this person and I have got some additional information which I would like to store somewhere, and that can be done here by clicking on this research notes. Let me zoom it a bit to show you what it is. Here I can give things into different categories, so I can add an entry about my analysis on a specific date, or some kind of predictions I do for this person, or any kind of rectification of details, or maybe a review from the person or somebody else that can also be added. These are all timely connected, so once you click add something here as test 1, when you click on add entry, this is an entry, and next message when you write, it's test 2, and this information is stored with the time, so that 6 months down the line when you come back here, you can see on which date what you entered about this particular chart. Also, you can store this into different categories as client, research, rectified, or verified, or just for the reference. You can give any tag for this which will help you later to search the chart. Yes, closing that. Now we'll go to the, and again, yes, you can export from here also. When you export now the same chart, let me, so I have the research details, right? When I download, remember I added here test 1 and test 2. So now when I open my Excel sheet, I should see this test 1 and test 2 here. Let's see if it has appeared in front of this chart. So here you go, I have test 1 and test 2 for this chart. Right, so that's all about the research and the folder. Now we will go to the showstopper, which is this AI enabled search engine. What this search engine does is you can search any kind of thing. Let's say you want to find all the charts in the database. So you can see the total database size is close to 10,000 different profiles. All of by the way, all of these profiles are AA rated verified charts, so you can be sure their birth details are close to within less than 5 minutes of their birth details. That's what this AA rated chart means. Here, let's say I want to find the chart of all the homicide victims or people who are involved in homicide. So when I click on search, it takes around 10 to 12 seconds, and within that, oh yeah, it's here. Now when I open this chart, I can see, okay, what is this person? He is Sagittarius Lagna, and if I see his chart, it's saying, let me close this for better reading always. John Ahmad Alam, American serial killer. So he was involved in homicide. Let's go to the next chart. David Rectovich, born David Flocco, also known as son of Sam. He's a cabin killer. So again, it's a serial killer. So this is how you can extract the charts, and once you have enough data for all the matching profiles, you can always export them or save it in a view however you want. So that's the advantage of this search. Now as you can see, there are 302 matches. That's a lot of matches. The logic here is, once you click on homicide, it will try to find every chart, but sometimes the filter which is designed here is very vast. It looks at the entire database and the output is a lot more higher. We are capping it at 302 to give a faster response. There's something called exactness here. So when I click on this exactness and put a value here, what it does, it goes back to the outputs of this particular model in using AI, and in that it tries to further filter all the charts and try to rank and give you lesser number of charts which are matching much more with the query which you have put here. So if this query is let's say it's like you have to filter. Imagine, think of it like you're trying to filter rice. So you'll have first a filter with bigger holes, and then you'll have a rice to filter with very smooth holes, and the thickness of that hole is changing from 0 to 100%. I won't recommend going very close to 50 or 60. So you can see, out of 302 charts, once I added this filter, now I've just added 25% of filter, and I see the match percentage is 120, 137. So now if I open the charts here, you can see I don't have to, this is just a stringent way of filtering people. So now I get all the 26 charts. Most of them will have the specific only homicide victims or the serial killers. That's how. And okay, also along with this filter, now as you can see here, this was let's say, which it says Scorpion. So let me go and make Lagna sign a Scorpion here. So now I will filter out all the charts who are serial killers or involved in any kind of killing, and also they were a Scorpion ascendant. This particular filter takes a slightly longer time, because you can understand now we are adding 1, 2 and 3 layers of filtering. So yeah, please bear with the speed of the server as of now, but yes, you will get the output according to it. So now you can see now you can all see all the homicide victim, all the people who were serial killers, and also they were Scorpio Lagna people. Right, so let's verify the chart. So good student, becoming filmmaker, but then this is the criminal victim. Interesting. So see, when you write homicide, please note that this particular logic works on individual words, because in Jyotish it's best to always filter out with keywords or the themes which play out in people's life, and that's how this has been designed. So when I type homicide and I add a filter, I'm going to find all the people who are either perpetrators or the victims of homicide. So this specific chart here, she was a victim of a criminal victim for rape case and also sex crime against her. Right, so let's remove all these filters now and go to the calculator. What is this calculator? So it's a manual astrological calculator. You can add details. Let's any person's detail. You can put any birthday here. Let's say 91, 10th of December something, and you can select time here. It's a 24-hour format. Classic astrology. You should always stick with 24 hours format. Or you can also simply type the time here if you know the time. So you can choose whichever way you want to do. Same thing goes with this. Then you can type the city name. Let's say the city is Delhi, and once you start typing Delhi, you can see the filter of all the Delhi places here. You can select whichever you want. Once you click on this select, the latitude and longitude gets automatically updated accordingly. So when I click on something village of Delhi, you can see the latitude longitude got changed accordingly. Then you click on generate kundali and the chart is generated. In this chart you can see the kundali, the precision kundali, as I've already explained it to you. It's the same thing. You can see Vimshottari Dasha of this chart. You can see D1 and D9 charts. Down you have all the additional features which are already explained, right? Adding Aruda Lagan, checking BCB activation, Bhava transit. There are two additional features. One is save to my charts. What does this mean? So if you have your personal charts or the charts of your client, you can simply save those charts using this button, and while saving them, if you want, you can add additional information like about them, their achievements, traits, family, or the timeline, and this will help you to categorize the people much more easily, or mainly the people whom you know, or maybe the clients whom you are serving, and you can save them into the already existing folders, or maybe you can create a new folder and save it there. For now I'll click cancel here. If not, if you have found any celebrity and you want to share that chart into the existing database, then you can simply click on this submit for admin review. Again the same, you add all the information, but it is already here, so whatever information you have you can add them here and then click on submit for review. This goes to the admin for approval. Once approved, you can find the chart back into the database, into the existing database. Now the saved charts, where do they go? So they go into these folders. So as you see, I have clicked this chart. There are 3 charts here. The first one is the one which I saved, and it's actually, there's nothing here, just saying it's just showing Aries, which means it's chart from the database, whereas these 2 charts are personal charts which I have saved already to show it to you. So here, if I open this particular chart of Abdul Karim Telgi, is a famous man. You must know the scam which was associated, the famous stamp paper Gotala or stamp paper scam in 2000s. So here I can open and see all the details about the person. If I go to the research, I have put all the research content, and you can see all this information about the person which I have added. This is all ascending, is kept in an ascending order with respect to time when it was added. Similarly, I have Jawaharlal Nehru, so his timeline. So in this particular case I added all this information, so you can see all this information already available here, just like a modern chart. But mind you, it's a personal chart, you will not have it in database because I have added it personally. You can manage your folders, delete, add them and everything by doing this. Views is to save your specific view. I have already explained it to you. Now this view which I told you is very slightly complicated. Let me click on this and see what it shows. Yes, so this has total of 11 matches. What is this filter? There is nothing here. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so I am filtering the scientists. So these 11 charts are of the scientists who are belonging to Cancer Lagna, and I have Jupiter and Scorpio, both of them in Jupiter and Rahu in Scorpio. So let's open the chart and see if it matches. So Sir Hans Kerr was a German British biologist and biochemist who was significant contribution for understanding cellular respiration. So yes, this person is a scientist. And does he have Jupiter Rahu? Yes, he has Jupiter Rahu in Scorpio, and he is a Cancer rising. So this is how you make use of filter, and you can save those filters in views and load it later when you want to. Then there is an about page where you can read about all the key features, and you can contact us using the WhatsApp or the email ID or the mother website of this particular initiative, which is manchaastro.com. Also, if you have any kind of filters or review, or you want to request of to add additional features, that can also be done. All you have to do is just write a message here and click on submit button. We will receive the message. The reviews can be of 3 types: addition of new feature, adding a review of the website or feedback, or any other kind of request which you want to add. Then there is a clear information of how all this data set and everything was sourced, and the licensing agreements, everything. Now coming to the plan, there are 2 plans here which you get initially. This is very affordable plan. We have an additional welcome offer going on now. So if you register, if you are unregistered user who is logged in, you are going to get semantic AI search feature capability, normal Kundali, Vimshottari Dasha, research, saving and sharing of the views, and all the Astro Sutras, custom Astro Sutras, which you can do using the views command, using views and using the filters which you can save. But the access which you will have will be only for the selected 2000 charts, not all the charts in the database. If you want to access all the additional charts, and there are many more features which are going to be added. Actually the total number of kundalis is not 10,000. 10,000 is the number of all the verified Wikipedia kundalis. We have lot more AA rated charts in the website, and we are adding it continuously. If you need access to all these charts, then you have to take a membership. It's a very nominal membership. The price of the membership now with the offer is 499 rupees per year. So once you pay this amount, you have full access to all the details and all the features which are currently available on the website. Yes, so I think I have covered all the charts. Thank you very much for your attention and listening to my voice for this long. Thanks a lot. Hope to see you log in and use this website and to review. Please use this website and give us a review on what you think of it, how it is. Also, one more thing I wanted to share, that this particular website is completely cell phone friendly. You can easily open this website in any kind of cell phone. This is how it would look in a cell phone. Let me close this background features, background things. Yeah, so now you see this is how it looks in a cell phone. You can do the same thing which you did in the laptop. So you can select research, BTR, my folders. You can click on the charts. You can open the charts like this. Let me go to research. So when you go to research, you will see these filters. You click on this, the filter goes away. When you click on this, the second filter goes away, and then you see all the charts. Again, if you click on any of these charts, you can see the details, chart enhancement, birth data, traits, family, kundali. You can also see the table while selecting. As I said, if you select on each of this table, things change accordingly. About, and yeah, so you can see, you can use all the functionalities which are available for the laptop also in the cell phone or tablets. Yes, that's all. Thank you very much.